Starting next year in Harris County, anyone caught with marijuana for the first time can almost count on catching a major break. District Attorney Devon Anderson is extending and expanding the First Chance Intervention Program. First-time marijuana offenders caught with less than 2 ounces of the drug have the chance of avoiding a criminal conviction after completing a 60 to 90-day program. Now Anderson wants all law enforcement agencies in Harris County to start offering offenders the first chance option at the point of arrest by the 1st of next year. So will offering the first chance lead to more crime, or is this a solution to a big problem? That's our topic this half hour. We want to hear from you on our Fox 26 Facebook page. You can also weigh in on Twitter. Be sure to use the hashtag Fox26forlife. Joining us live in our newsroom is our panel led by our senior legal analyst Chris Tridico, our news analyst Mustafa Tamiz, and public policy analyst Jackie Bally. Good morning again, guys.
Good morning.
Well, you're hard pressed to find anyone who doesn't think this is a good idea. Do you all agree?
Well, there's not too many people disagreeing anymore. The feeling of the country has certainly changed. Colorado, one of the first states to openly pass marijuana laws, reduced marijuana laws, now has a gas station, Sally, that sells marijuana. So you can, only place in the country you can go in, you can fill up your car, buy a giant cherry Slurpee and some pot and be on your way. I think what Devon Anderson is doing is really the right approach to dealing with marijuana. And most of the people that are arrested for small amounts of marijuana are young people. And so what Devon Anderson is saying is I'm not going to put you in jail. I'm not going to create a record. I'm going to give you an opportunity and a chance to get this erased off your, expunged off your record. You're going to have to do some community service. You're going to have to take some classes, some anti-drug classes, and we'll give you a break on the first time. I think it's a great policy. There were some backlash from some of the law enforcement agencies in the county, but now Devon Anderson is saying I'm the top law enforcement officer in this county, and this is going to be mandatory January 1st, Jackie Bally.
And she's the boss, so that's what she's decided. I have mixed feelings about this. Of course, if you break the law, it's a law for a reason. So if you break the law, there's a problem. I hope this doesn't encourage younger people to think, well, I get a break so I can do this. I definitely understand where the DA is coming from, because we're predicting that it will reduce a lot of arrests by 25%, which will help with our resources, with our lack of resources, which is what the main issue is. So I do understand where she's coming from. You did have a couple of jurisdictions who didn't want to go into the pilot program because they felt, look, if this is a law, why are we giving people a break on the law? But she's spoken, and it's going to be the way it is.
With the country's mood about marijuana changing, it really creating this class of individuals who are getting arrested for marijuana is not in the long-term best interest of the country, is it?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, good public policy is not nor conservative nor progressive. It's practical. In this particular stage, as Jackie said, it's a huge saving to the taxpayers. $250 million a year is what we spend prosecuting. Anywhere between 35 to 40 million alone right here in Harris County, with 11,000 cases a year. So this is a huge thing financially that we're doing. And on the other side, once you make someone a criminal, once you put that on their record, they can't get a job, they can't get an apartment, and rather than reducing the crime rate, you're actually putting people in a position where they end up committing crime. I think long-term, it's not only going to save us money, but it's going to reduce our crime rate.
And I think, and we're coming back, I want you to answer that, because he's talking about saving money, which he's right, to save a lot of money, but is that the reason that we should be looking at changing our drug laws? Let me go to Sally. She's monitoring our social media.
Okay, we're going to head over to Twitter and start with a comment from Mark. He says those 2 ounces come from somewhere, which comes from somewhere else. But yes, cops should focus on more major threats to society. And then this person says legalize pot and benefit from the profits as Colorado does, instead of paying outstanding tax dollars for imprisonment.
Well, the Texas legislature tried in the last session to do just that, and it couldn't get through. And so we'll see in 2 years if it does get through. What about that? I mean, Devon Anderson's right. It's going to save a lot of money, a lot of bed space at the jail, which is all the time full, sometimes over capacity. Is that the reason that we should be looking at changing our drug laws?
Well, it's the main reason why we're doing it, is because we want to make sure that the limited resources that we do have, we make the best use of it. So instead of focusing on teenagers, because the majority of the people who are arrested in these crimes are teenagers or younger people. Instead of focusing on younger people who have 2 ounces of a small infraction of the law, let's focus on other bigger crimes and bigger criminals. And so that's one of the main reasons why this is being enforced, and I do agree with that. I do agree with her numbers, the cost savings that it's going to bring to the county. I don't agree with his statement that this will reduce crime, but we'll see. We'll see exactly how that happens. We don't have enough statistics to really show that. But I do think that what she's doing is a positive step and a positive move to try to use our resources for the best use that we have.
Is the legislature in Texas going to pass marijuana?
Well,
decriminalize it, I'm sorry.
The legislature's moved, across the country, has moved significantly towards the direction of decriminalizing marijuana. And again, this is not legalizing marijuana, it's decriminalizing it for smaller offenses.
Well, Devon Anderson's plan, I'm talking about, is Texas legislature going to look at a Colorado plan? You want to smoke it? Smoke it.
Look,
buy it at the gas station.
I think several years ago we all sat around here and said that would never happen, and all of us have come to realize that this is moving much faster in public opinion, and public opinion drives public policy.
And he's right. I mean, a majority of voters do agree with what Devon Anderson is doing.
Right.
And you have maybe 40% of Republicans who agree with Devon Anderson is doing. So the trend is, he is correct. The trend is moving, the whole country is moving toward in this
I think
direction.
actually a majority of the voting public is in favor of legalizing marijuana, even in Texas.
I didn't look up that stat, but the stat I looked up was comparable to what Devon Anderson is doing.
Well, I don't know what your not shaving underarms done, but Jackie's agreed with me 3 times today.
It's all about y'all. That's why we're here.